Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. So, today's topic is about monetizing your online network. And I am really looking forward to hearing some tips and tricks about doing this. I am pretty new to networking, and it's been a really interesting experience. I have had my online business. It's kind of morphed over time. I would say I started about 4 years ago and it took its current form about 2 years ago. But it was really January of this year that I started putting a focus on networking. And I was doing it because of podcasting. So I was thinking I want to be a guest on podcasts because that's a great way to get in front of a lot of people, to raise my visibility, let people know who I am, get in front of new audiences, and share my message. And I discovered that there's quite a lot of competition when it comes to being a podcast guest. I have managed to get onto several podcasts. I've had some great interviews, but slowly over time, I realized that the really best bet for me, anyway, is to host a podcast. So that's what we're doing here, because then I can talk to all kinds of people, bring them into my world, and introduce you to so many interesting people and interesting perspectives. So it really gives me a chance to talk to a lot of people. But that's where I got started with networking. Because I wanted to be on podcasts, I joined some podcast networking groups. And the first one, and probably still the biggest one, is Speakers Playhouse. I recommend that to a lot of people that I meet. Kimberly Crow runs it. And boy, she has so much energy. It's unbelievable. So she's a great person to be connected to. And Speakers Playhouse is free. It's an hour and a half every Thursday, and it's about 200 people. Podcast hosts, podcast guests, anyone who has a stage, anyone who wants a stage. It doesn't necessarily have to be a podcast, but because of recent times, a lot of it is virtual. So you get a chance to go on Zoom, onto the microphone, tell everybody who you are, what your talk is, or who you're looking to talk to. So I've made a lot of great connections, including today's guest, Katrina, who I hope will be coming soon. She did confirm today's interview, so hopefully she'll find her way here soon. Um, and that was one of the first ones, and now I'm in about 4 different networking groups. Um, the one that I'm actually paying for is Champion Success Network, which was recommended by one of my best clients who has referred me a lot of business. So I'm basically doing everything, following along, doing everything that she tells me to do. So I joined that group, and it was another just great way to meet more people and collaborate and see people that I could potentially do business with or who could refer business. So I am just a total baby at networking. But our guest today, Katrina, is the expert. So let's bring her in now.
Hey, I'm so sorry. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad you got my confirmation link. It was, guys, behind the scenes, like, I am doing everything myself right now, and I need to hire someone to manage the podcast because it was like, this
Technology. I'm so
morning,
sorry.
I'm sending Katrina, like, here's where you should be at 1 p.m. So,
We're here. Yay. Thanks for coming, you guys. Sorry. And I'm excited. I love talking about networking. I'm a huge networker. What have you said so far?
I was
Just
just
do
saying,
more?
I have just started. I am
Oh,
totally new to networking. I started in like January. It's been a game changer in my
how
business.
can
It's
you
been
be new to
incredible.
networking? Oh my God. Look, I don't understand. I've been networking since I feel like I've been 12. No, no, seriously.
I had no idea of this
If you've
whole
had a
world.
job before and you didn't need to network for your job, then I get it.
Yeah, I've never had like a real proper career kind of job. I like worked at a grocery store, worked as a
Mm,
secretary. I never had like a I'm building a career kind of job
sure.
until I became an entrepreneur. And even then I did not realize the power of networking until very recently.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, okay. So I'm sure there's a ton of people watching that are already networking, and you're like, what are you going to teach me I don't already know? Right. So, like, the thing is that I go to a lot of networking calls on Zoom. I'm a big networker offline first. That's how I grew my business. And so 20 years ago, I was networking locally in 4 chambers of commerce, BNI, a leads group, and an E-Women Network, which is a women's business group, right? So I would go to all these meetings in person, luncheons, mixers, dinners, uh, you know, grand openings of people's businesses and all kinds of different things. Because the more people I met, the more would be interested in what I had, and the more follow up I could do and set calls, and the more clients I would get, and the more money I would make. And so the more, the more, the more. And 4 chambers, you think, oh, just 1 chamber. No, like they only have like 1 mixer and 1 lunch in a month. I need to meet people like a couple times a week. I need to be networking. And so I know that introverts aren't a fan of doing this kind of marketing. I get it. And you wish you could just sit behind your computer and send a few things out, and then all this money would just come in through your inbox, right? And but it's not as possible these days as it used to be in the beginning of online marketing days, right? So
Good to layer a bunch of different techniques now, not just
it
one.
is, you do. And so so the offline is great because it's faster. We can connect with you and get your energy and decide if we like, trust, and connect with you faster than not on than online for sure. Okay, but Zoom is almost as good as in person. Zoom, I say Zoom, but any online networking that you can get onto, most people are using Zoom these days. It could be StreamYard, but see, days like this was like a one way. So this is one way networking. And people can comment in the chat, but it's not the same. I mean, they can get our energy and they can get our passion and our excitement and our, that kind of thing through us talking, but we can't get them. And so it's a one-way networking orientation. So it's okay to still do video so people can like, trust, and connect with you, and do lives and things like that inside your group or your social media channels. Or YouTube, but you want to get it back because it's that connection that makes people say, okay, I kind of want to talk to you about that, right? Because that's what we need. We need them to want what we've got. And so we need to be in a place where we can identify, oh, Susan's raising her hand over there. I can see her on the Zoom. I can see her raising her hand. She sounds like she has a question. Hi, Zoom. Or hi, Susan. Why don't you unmute and let me know your question? Oh, I can help you with that. Blah, blah, blah. And then why don't you schedule a phone call with me? Here, I'll put my link to my calendar in the Zoom room for you. So you can just go click and sign up, right? So you've got to be more assertive with making those asks and identifying if people are, really good to really in the mood to take the next step. And so you have to be able to analyze better, be intuitive to seeing a response to what you're saying, and then asking, hey, if you're and more not passive asking, but in assertive asking. So a lot of times people say, if you're interested, contact me, or here's my email, or if you're interested, go to my website and go to this page and then sign up for that thing. And then that's it. And it falls flat. You can't say, if you're interested. You say, for those of you who know this is a good next step for you, I want you to go here, click and sign up and schedule the call. Go to my calendar now. I'm going to give you a minute. Go click it now. Open it up in another browser. Okay, you're open? Okay, good. Now go pick a time. Hurry up, though, because there's like 10 other people doing it at the same time, and you want to get in as soon as possible. See how more assertive that is? It's not pushy. I said for those who are ready, right? For those who are ready.
I like that. That's a much more powerful call
to action. For those who are ready to take the next step, let's go. Not if you're interested and you're talking to 20 people. I know if I'm talking to 20 people, I'll say, I know there's like 3 or 4 of you who are really ready to take a next step, or at least have a conversation and see if it's a good fit. Go sign up right now. Okay, here's the link. The other of you, I want you to go get the free thing. Go get the free thing and get on my email list. You'll hear what I have to say. You'll see some great articles. You'll probably see some videos. And when you're ready, then come and have a call with me. But at least go get on the list, because you'll get some great info. You're here for a reason, right? You want the solution to the blankety blank I talked about today. Then whatever. That's if you're a speaker, right? But yeah, I don't know. Those are just some initial tips. I've got a gazillion more, right?
I am sure. So let's see. How do you find good networking groups to be part of?
Oh, well, you ask. You ask other people who are great networkers like me, right? Well, and especially people who also have a similar target audience as you. So if you have an audience of entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, I could tell you like 7 different places you could go, right? If it's men entrepreneurs, there's less men out there connecting together by themselves. But there's plenty of co-ed places to go for sure, where half the room is men. If you don't care whether it's men or women, and maybe they're not entrepreneurs, but they're parents, there are some parents groups. And a lot of times it's within a group on Facebook or LinkedIn that you might find. But keep in mind, a lot of those people that run those groups are doing similar stuff to you, perhaps, right? Could be if you're in the fitness industry and you're looking for people who want to lose weight or whatever. Um, those people are everywhere, frankly. They're entrepreneurs, they're not entrepreneurs, right? So depending on the problem that you solve or who it is you want to approach, I don't really niche. So I'm an anti-nicher. I don't believe that you have to niche to, my target audience is, female entrepreneurs in the year 3 in their business who are 55 to 65 years old. Oh my God, that would be like too narrow. No, where I niche is the problem that I solve. So I help people make more money doing what they love, right? So entrepreneurs, I don't care if you're new in business or seasoned in business, there's always more to do and there's always more to make and there's always more to systematize so you can actually reach more people and help more people and make more money. There's always something that some people are missing in the holes and opportunities. So in that regards, it's kind of a wide niche in a way, but it's the simple problem of people aren't making the money they want to make or they're working too hard. So you can
But it sounds like if you are doing networking in Facebook groups, you should be mindful of the owner of the group and what they might be trying to accomplish with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of these groups do have rules about promotion, so you might still be able to kind of make some offers or get on calls.
And don't be afraid to ask the organizer. Like maybe the organizer could be a good joint venture partner for you or a good promotional partner, maybe a good referral source for each other, perhaps. So reach out to the organizer if you find someone. I have a friend who runs a group on Facebook that has over 60,000 women entrepreneurs, and we partner all the time. Now, she's a business coach, but she doesn't do a lot of the stuff I do. She does really just online work. She also does publishing. I do publishing, right? But we share each other's stuff because, if you're interested in her type of book, it's different than my type of book. And same with the kind of coaching. So she and I will promote each other in each other's groups. And so you don't be afraid to connect with the organizer. If they're threatened or don't feel comfortable talking to you, or maybe they feel like you're not a peer at this point, or maybe you're lower on the totem pole of like the business. Some people feel like that way and they might like poo-poo wanting to meet with you, but many people are open to collaboration, right? Don't just say, I want to promote to your audience. I want to see if or how we can help each other and collaborate perhaps, or refer business to each other, share each other's stuff out, right? So like we're on your page today, right? It could be just as well in your group. I've done lots of live interviews inside people's groups where I'm marketing the person's group because I want them to come in and listen to our interview, right? So that's a collaborative thing.
Now, what about if you're in a group like Speakers Playhouse and it's fast-paced, it's live, it's on Zoom, there's hundreds of people in there? How do you stand out or grab attention and make good connections in a group like that?
One thing is standing out in the chat, right? So it's making a good impression, I will say, in the chat. So if people are saying, in the chat, I watch the chat and it goes fast, but I'm constantly scrolling back up to see what I missed. And then I will call out people when I answer their questions. So they might have a question. Well, I don't know how to get speaking gigs. Oh, well, there's so many different ways to get speaking gigs. And so I will give a big, long answer to that person. And everybody else will see it. And some people say, yeah, Katrina, or that's good advice, Katrina. And that's me getting noticed, right? That's me getting noticed by other people. And then like I'll just keep doing that throughout the call. And then when I say something and get to introduce, I'll say, well, I'm looking for speaking gigs here, or I'm looking for speakers here, or I also have free stuff. Go check it out. I just put the link. I'll get more people checking the link because I'm giving such great advice for free. Do you see? I don't hold back that. And I definitely don't stay quiet in the chat and multitask with other things. If I'm on a call where it's a networking thing and my ideal client is in the room, why would I be trying to check my email at the same time? That's what is a big mistake I see with entrepreneurs doing. They're trying to attend this call, but it's a networking call and you need to pay attention. And so if somebody indicates, if I could tell somebody's a little bit newer in business, I might private message them. Hey, I see you're kind of maybe new in business. Do you have a coach, or like, do you know how are you getting clients right now? Do you want some tips, or, on how to do that? And 9 times out of 10, they'll say, yeah, that'd be great. What do you got? And I'm like, well, here's some free trainings. I'm happy to have a call with you too, because I'm a really good person to talk to when you're newer in business. Right. And then it's like, okay, that's great. Well, here's my link to sign up for a call if you want, or here's my free stuff. And 9 times out of 10, they'll go get the free stuff. And maybe 5 times out of 10, they'll go to the call right away. But then they'll see me again and again at that event. Right. And they'll be like, I should really go there. Like, usually I can feel it. I can feel them saying that. Right. Or they might even say it. Oh, it's good to see you again. I haven't seen you for like a month on here. I've missed one and you missed one. I think I'm ready for a call now. Right. And so you just have to keep showing up and giving great advice and making it available for people to come talk to you. Now, I'm seasoned, so I've been in business a long time. So I don't just put my calendar link out there. This is another mistake people will make. They'll put their calendar link, like Calendly or Acuity Scheduling, and they'll put it in the main Zoom room when there's 100 people. Okay. You might get 20 of the wrong people on your calendar. Okay, so, and you need to vet them first. You need to get them on your email list before you send them to your calendar. So I actually don't give my calendar link unless I'm giving it to someone for a joint venture or collaborative kind of call, like where we're trying to see if we can help each other. If someone's a prospect and if I don't know, I'll ask them. They say like, well, I'd love to talk to you, Katrina. Can we set up a call? Okay, great. Do you want to talk about your business and how I can help you with that? Or are you interested in a collaborative type of call where we can see how we can help each other? When they answer that, then they'll give them the correct link. Okay. I don't just assume everybody's a prospect, and I don't just assume everybody's a referral source. I will ask them first. You don't ask, you don't receive, right?
So you have 2 different calendars set up so that some of them going into the call, whether this is somebody who wants help with their business or someone who has, maybe is on the same level as you with similar target clients, as general as that was, and you can work together and help each other.
Yes, but if they are more of a prospect and looking to talk to me about growing their business, then I will not give them my calendar. I give them a page on my website where they have to fill out some questions first. And I know you can add questions to these calendar systems, but those questions don't go into your database. Okay. You just get emailed them, in which case I can look up in my database anywhere and I can see any questions that anybody's filled out on my website. I can see all their answers. I can get lots of data. Okay. Lots of data. So put the form on your website. Tell them what they're coming to a call for. Mine has a video of me. Hey, if you're on this page, then you want to have a call about this and that. And these are the kind of things that we can cover on this call. And I'm sure you'll get value. We'll also talk about how I can help you. And if it's a good fit, great. If not, it's all right too. Right? So I'll put a video like that so it makes them get to know, like, and trust me better. I'll put some wording on there, some testimonials, and then a bunch of questions, because I want to know how they heard about me, what their goals are, what their challenges are, So I'm going to ask some questions, and then once they fill that out, then they'll get taken to a page that gives them my calendar link, which gives them.
Now we're talking funnels. That's my stuff.
It's just a system. It's a process you have to take people through for the most optimum way to capture people's content. And I ask for full contact information too. I don't just ask for name and email. I ask for name, email, phone number, and mailing address. Why? Because you need to mail people. You need to call them. You can't just rely on email. And most emails are going to go in spam or trash 100% of the time, 99% of the time, the first time someone gets on your list. So you need to do other things. Otherwise, you're letting dollars slip through your fingers. Yeah.
And I think you get better prospects at the end when you ask for those things, because there's kind of a balance that people try to make between, like, if you want to get all of the leads, then okay, just ask for email only. But
well, if I want all of the leads
that
I
are
will
going
send
to
them
be
to
likely to actually be good leads, then make them jump through a little bit more hoops and get
all of the leads. I want them to go to the free thing, and yeah, that's where I ask for name and email, and that goes to one of the free things that I have, right? And sometimes I ask for phone number, but it's not required. But many times people fill it in. Okay, so name, email, phone number, and name and email required, phone number not required is a trick that I would highly recommend you do in all your opt-in forms, because a lot of times it'll autofill, but some people will put it anyways because they also know that emails fall in spam or trash, so they may not get it. But so if I want to capture all the emails, I'm sending them to my free gift page, right? Mm-hmm. If I want, but the people that I say, for those of you who really want to talk to me and work this out now and let's get moving, then you need to go here. And the 3 people will go there, and everybody else will go to the opt-in page. So the 3 people that are interested will give me their contact information. Yeah.
That's great. You've got it so organized, and I love it. It makes my heart happy to hear about organized systems.
I am so organized. It's ridiculous. Yes.
So once you have all that information in your database, you have a really robust CRM. How do you utilize that information effectively?
Well, when you say robust CRM, it could be the least, like the cheapest thing too. You don't have to have expensive software. I just want to mention that there's software out there that's $28 a month that manages everything you need besides the website. Actually, it has web pages too. You could do it all there, but I recommend having a secure website and then an email contact. So when you say robust, you just need something that can do all the things, right?
Right.
But it
can be
$28.
Information that they've filled out on this survey, the questions they've answered, so that when you look up their name, it shows you everything that they said about themselves.
Yeah. It needs email marketing, opt-in boxes, and the way to take credit cards, ideally, and contact database where all your contacts. And it would be great if it shows you the payments of what they bought and all that kind of thing. But
and on Friday, we're going to be talking about my favorite system. So come back Friday at noon, and I'm going to be going through my favorite.
There's a lot of really great ones, and sometimes you might resonate more with the other ones because I don't know, it's just whatever's easier for you to manage, right? But make sure you don't just get into one that doesn't have what you need, because then you need 2 or 3 systems, and that's complicated or just more cumbersome.
Yeah, a lot of people that I meet have at least 3 to 5.
Yeah, but you don't need it, right? You don't need it, and I mean, it's just more work and more costly. But so once you have the database, then of course it's good to segment market, right? So it's good to make sure you keep lists or tags or lists of people coming from whichever group. So Speakers Playhouse, you mentioned, anybody that comes in from Speakers Playhouse, I want to know, like, how did you hear about me? Where did you hear from me? Where did you see me? And I usually have a drop down of a lot of different options. Now I might have missed a couple recently if I've added some, right? But I got to go back and check that often, please, because I got to make sure I have a lot of them in there so I can really track. But also I just create different web pages. So if I'm doing a giveaway, I did a giveaway last week and 2 online summits or something. So I had 3 different opt-ins going at the same time. And it was very confusing for me, who was very organized. And I missed one step on something.
Super advanced stuff, folks.
It was super advanced stuff. And usually I have my team setting it all up, but I was so last minute with one of them, I had to go clone a system, like a workflow, and then clone an autorespond and clone something. I missed something that still gave the people the info. It just gave them twice info. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, you just got to do what you got to do, So I had to set it up, and then my team fixed it this morning. but yeah, I like to use web pages because I can customize a web page and not just an autoresponder. The autoresponder, I just send them back to the thank you page. So every opt-in or every giveaway or every summit or every free gift or every sales page has an opt-in or a sales page and then a corresponding thank you page. The thank you page is a delivery page where you give them the thing, but also you can have call to action for the next thing. And on both pages, you can put a video. And you should put video on more pages than you think these days. Like quick little videos. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Hey, thanks for getting the free thing. Next thing you want to do is sign up for the call with me. The button's right below. I can't wait to talk to you. This is what we're going to cover on that call.
Those thank you pages are so powerful. Like,
you have to do these things.
Take advantage of those thank you pages.
And don't make them complicated. And then the next thing is like, hey, you want to buy one of my books? Here's some of my books. Hey, you want to, join my speaker network? Join my speaker network. Click here. Hey, you want to join my Facebook group? Click over here. Right? So you got to have the call to action. And all of this is good, especially when you're networking on Zoom, because people can just go down rabbit hole with all these little things. And yeah, and get to know you more faster. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So how did you transition in, like, was it COVID that made you have to start doing more online, or were you already doing a lot of online networking by that time?
I was already doing online networking. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it since video came around, since we had Zoom and all that. And before that, it was, what's the one that had 4? Not Club. It was chat something. I don't remember. It was some system that is no longer there. I don't remember, but yeah, you could have 4 people in a square, right? Like, I don't remember what it was, but yeah. No, I mean, before I was doing coaching calls on the phone and then online teleseminar lines, right? So, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. So yeah, you got to add these technologies in. It's just more efficient.
But you're doing both now. You do in-person networking as well as online networking.
I do less in person. I'm not a part of any of the chambers locally anymore because they're just not as big picture thinking, I guess, as my ideal clients need to be these days. In the beginning, it was fine because I was doing flyers and local marketing for them and things like that. But then I've grown with what I've learned, and the local people just kind of don't. Yeah. I mean, I can work with brick and mortars and other types of local people, but it's funny, all those people are not usually local for me. So, yeah, I mean, but yeah, I do some in person. So I'll go to conferences throughout the year. And I used to go to like 12 to 14 different events or conferences where I would either speak or be an exhibitor or network. And now I pick like maybe 5 a year after COVID because you can I made more money in COVID than I made more money the first year of COVID than I did the year prior and any years prior. So I realized I'm like, I can save on my travel budget if I just do more of these online events and meetings.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I love a good conference, especially if, it's like I see a lot of my friends. So I thrive on that kind of energy. And I think once a quarter easily, I love to do that. So I like to go where there's 200 to 400 people and you can just network. And a lot of times if I'm not pick to speak, I try to speak at those, of course, the ones I want to go to. Then I might look at an exhibitor booth. It's highly recommended to do an exhibitor booth if you're at a live conference. If you aren't chosen as a speaker, presenter, or panelist, and you're not hosting the event, then look at the exhibitor booth opportunity. Sometimes it's less than $1,000, and one client to you could be thousands of dollars. What if you get one client out of 3 days with an exhibitor booth with a huge, like just a banner and signage, and you have sign-up sheets for your opt-in, your free gifts, and it's just smart. Don't just attend. See if you can exhibit.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Are there any final tips that you want to leave us with for monetizing your networking efforts?
Yeah. So the one thing I see still people doing after 2 years of COVID on Zoom is they go into the chat and then someone says, go put your information in the chat. And then they'll type it in. I help people, phone number, email address, and they don't even HTTP their website. So it's not a live link when they put it in the chat. You know what I mean? Right? And you're like, oh, like you just need to be taught. You need to be taught how to do this. And so I'm all about saving time. You got to have a Zoom blurb template sheet. So, and some people still do not know how to like not minimize, but make Zoom a smaller box on your computer, right? You should always
copy and paste.
You should always attend a Zoom call on your computer or your laptop, period. Do not attend it on your phone or your tablet. It's inefficient. You're not going to be able to copy and paste easily. You're not going to be able to really work the chat and watch the thing and pay attention. It's just inefficient. So don't do it, right? Just attend the ones. It's like showing up to an event with like, I don't know, a bag on your head, and you just don't have, you're not really paying attention to who you're walking into. So don't do that. Okay, so set yourself up for success. But then you make it like a smaller box on your computer so you can have a Word document up that's your Zoom blurb templates. And so mine is like 30 pages. I don't even know. Like I keep adding blurbs.
You have that many different little blurbs that you can fit in?
Lots of little blurbs. I probably have 12 different introductions, depending on the group. Some people, I just want a short one, and some people it's okay to do a longer one that explains a little bit more about what I do. Some people are women focused, so I write different things than I would in a co-ed focused one. And some I just put a ton of different links, like publishing site, link, business site, link, free gifts, link, speaker network, link. So some
and in case people missed it earlier, in the Zoom chat, if you just put www.url, it will not be a clickable link. But if you put the https://www, it will. So always have that part in there.
But see, if you create your blurbs first and you do all of that, then all you have to do is copy and paste and click, right? Now, sometimes
they'll be paying more attention and not wasting time typing.
Yes, please don't type. Just get the Zoom blurb templates. And so like after like 5 months of doing these in Zoom, I had my own template going, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out why people were.
I was going to say, is this a free gift that we can get?
Yes.
Can we download the templates?
Yeah, I have the Zoom blurb template sheet. Yes, of course. Well, I mean, I'm like, oh my God. So my clients needed it. So I thought, okay, I'll just fluff it up a little bit so it can be like a free opt-in. So yeah, you can go to Jumpstart.
I need one of those.
Jumpstartyourbiznow.com/Zoom blurbs. Okay. Zoom blurbs. And it's a Word document, okay, that you're downloading. So you can edit it. Okay. So I want to make it easy. And you'll see a bunch of my blurbs, but you'll be able to tweak them to fit you, right? So there's intros, then there's, what if they say this, then put this, then what if they say that, then put that, right? That kind of thing. And there's little sales blurbs. So if you're if you're selling a program right now, then here's how to say that one. Because I'm from the advertising world, so I know how to advertise. Too many people don't. They say, here's the name of the program, here's the dates, here's the link. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Why would you want it?
Like, you didn't say why I should care, right? So yeah, you have to put a little wording in there. And it's just, you just don't know what you don't know. You can learn how to write better marketing copy, but you got to learn. Yeah. So there's some examples. But anyways.
Well, that sounds great. You're going to see me using your templates next time on Speakers Playhouse. You'll be like, All right. I will put that link into the description when we upload this to Anchor and YouTube. And is there anything else that you would like to share?
No, I mean, there's other free stuff on my website.
There's a lot of stuff we could share.
But it's there's more to it, right? You also got to know how to say the right words to make people want what you've got. I hear people going on and on and on. Well, I help people with this, and I help people with chronic pain, and I help people with that, and I help people with COPD, and I help people with that. Like, oh my God, I'm already forgotten who you are and why I should care, right? So don't go on and on and on and on about yourself. Like, you have to talk to the people. So the wording of what you say is not necessarily in the Zoom blurb templates. I have a whole training for that. It's only like a couple $100, but like, you really want to learn how to finesse the wording in the right situations to make people go, oh, I want to talk to her. And then also your Zoom room, right? I have so many books behind me. Anybody that's interested in writing a book will reach out to me and say, how do you have so many books? Do you publish books? What do you do about books? How did you write your book? How did you publish your book? And they will ask me questions, right? So doing your Zoom room.
I know, mine is so blank. I still have to think about what I want to have here.
Marketing. You could put a big banner behind you that stands up on the floor. You could put a sign on your wall and graphically create it over there. And don't use the digital ones. They look cheesy. They look too salesy. And your head goes in and out. And you have a book and you try to
No,
hold it
that
as a
is
book
my
to say, you
plan.
should buy my book, you can't see it because you got a digital background on. So don't do that. Don't do that just because the background is a mess. Clean up your office and put a really good space together. Because if this is the number one way you're introducing yourself, it's like walking into a live event with your pajamas on. Stop it, right? Make yourself look good. You're going to not go to a live
Or like
event.
the time I went to BNI with a 4-month-old baby and we were both covered in oatmeal.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people will understand that. The
Would
moms
have
in the
known.
room, even the dads, would probably, sympathize with you, and they may overlook that. That's a little different. But if you do it every day, that's a different story. They're going to think you're unorganized, irresponsible, right? Every day is different than a once in a while something happens. So I know I'm kind of blunt about all this stuff, but it's realistic stuff, right? I
Yeah.
even had a gal who wanted to speak at my speaker network, and she kept showing up to the speaker network in a tank top, and she looked really unprofessional. And then she asked to speak, and I'm like, it took me a couple weeks to reply to her, and I finally replied, and I said, look, I've been a little hesitant because you usually show up in a tank top, and I don't want my speaker showing up in a tank top. And that's my first impression of you, is that you're a tank top speaker, right? Like, I don't want that. You don't look professional. You don't look like you know what you're doing. You got to show up because you never know who's watching.
Those are some great tips.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes I'll show up in t-shirts, but it'll be a solid color t-shirt with a big necklace and some earrings, and my hair and makeup will still be done. Okay, so it kind of looks presentable. You don't know that I have jogging pants on, but still, I'm just saying, I still have a professional background and I look professional. It just looks casually professional, but don't, be careful.
Yeah, you definitely want to show up as the expert that you are and make people
Yeah.
trust that they can spend their money with you.
Yeah.
So can't be too slobby. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing all these great tips with us and for being flexible with all of my last minute stuff. So I'm glad that we managed to work this out, and I'm still getting my podcast going in a more professional way.
Awesome. You got to start somewhere. It's all good. It doesn't have to be perfect before you launch anything. I know you don't, but just keep
That is my
improving it and just be
philosophy.
aware, right? It's all good. It's all
All
good.
right. And then I will end this here. Thank you so much.